Your host Annie, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Annie, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine, a city so live.
Hi, I'm Sharon Price, and I'm with the Spirit Organization, and you are watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Frederick. No idea what is happening. Apparently, I'm getting some messaging that the show isn't streaming on some channels, but I think I see it. I don't know. Who knows? It's a Monday. It is Monday, September 9th. Good morning, Frederick. I'm your host, Danny Gurry. I tell you, not a single day can go without something happening. Well, I hope you're seeing the message. Look, YouTube is always the best platform. It seems to be the most stable, but who knows? Anyway, well, we're just going to go with it, see what happens. Let's talk about what's happening on the show today. Well, Bob Miller and Chris Michaels, I believe they're both back to normal for a few days anyway. Got your local news, weather, and sports from the Morning News Express, which happens on WFMD. We're also going to talk about what's happening in Frederick. We're going to talk about what's happening tonight, too, that we want you to go to, but of course this weekend and for the whole week. I've got a two-part interview with Gary Bennett and Kristy Liebley from Advocates for Homeless Families. Amazing organization, and you'll understand why it's in two parts. We first talked to Gary, then we talked to Kristy, and you're going to get a great story out of that. And then I chat with Sophia from South Mountain Creamery. I hadn't been out there in a long time to the farm in Middletown, and had a good time hanging out there, and got a lot of great events we want to tell you about coming up at South Mountain Creamery. If you haven't been out there, you're going to want to take the family. It's a great place to go. Want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. We are well on our way to 1,000. We'd love to get there by the end of the month. We are at 782 subscribers today. So thank you to all of you who have subscribed. Please ask a friend or two to subscribe to the channel, or ask them even, hey, have you seen Good Morning Frederick? It's a great show. And if you want to know what it's all about, well, it is all about you. It's about our town. It's about all the great stuff that goes on here. You're going to meet some local businesses, nonprofits, meet some cool people. And really, I do think it's an awesome way to learn about what's happening right here locally. We got a lot of great stuff going on. Sometimes you just need to be reminded. And don't forget about our podcast. If you're in the car and you just want to listen, you can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeart, and other platforms. Buy the merch. All Good Morning Frederick merch donates this month, so from August actually, last month, all the way through to December. All the proceeds from the sales will be donated to Christmas Cash for Kids. So please stop by, pick up a t-shirt, a travel mug, a sticker, magnet, whatever. I think there's a few hats available. We're working on our fall weather or winter weather merch now, and that will be out at the beginning of October, hopefully. So long sleeves, maybe some sweatshirts as well. And if there's some merch you want specifically, let me know. Please let me know. The home of everything Frederick, which is at 401 North Market Street. If you've not stopped by yet, please make a time to do so. It's a great little place We have a lot of things that are made by local artisans throughout the shop. We also do a lot to collect for local nonprofits, including Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Right now, we are collecting twin-sized new bedding, please. Twin-sized sheets, comforters, pillows, blankets, that sort of thing. You can drop them off to the home of Everything Frederick when the shop is open Thursdays to Sundays. But we are open tonight, and we're going to talk about the town hall, the Board of Education town hall. And if you wanted to slip by and just leave them in the door while we're there this evening from 5:30. Actually, Mama Cone's going to be there. We're going to be there from 3 o'clock today. So if you've got some sheets in your car, you've been meaning to drop off, you can slip by the shop anytime after 3 o'clock today until about 7 p.m. And I'd love to pass those along to Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Well, it is a Monday, as I said. Oh, also, if you don't want to shop, if you don't have time, which I get, Lord, I don't have time to do anything, it seems, these days. But you can Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. All my details are on screen there. And you can send $10, whatever you can afford. If you can send it, I will shop for it. And we will make sure to fill that bin full of new bedding for Sleep in Heavenly Peace, because no child in Frederick County should be sleeping on the floor. That is for sure. And that is what Sleep in Heavenly Peace takes care of. They make sure that no child is sleeping on the floor. They've built thousands of beds in Frederick. It's really amazing. And they got a big bed build coming soon. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that as they get closer as well. All right, let's get this stuff started. Well, thank you to our show sponsor, We Help You Move. Whether you're moving across the street or somewhere around the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts make that whole thing easy. We Help You Move is veteran-owned and a huge supporter of this Frederick community. WeHelpYouMove.com for all the details there. Very quickly, going to tell you about the giveaways we've got. We've got that Jack Pass to the Frederick Fair. Fair opens on Friday. Now, you can win one here at Good Morning Frederick. You just got to text in and check your texts this morning, because all the winners from last week were texted as well. Also, if you want to purchase a Jack Pass, you've got to do it before Friday at 5 o'clock. Also, you can get those 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. And I got that Tree Trekkers 3-hour adventure ticket. You can text all of those keywords to 2944. You can enter 24 hours a day. You can text any time at all if you want to enter to win those. And I'd love to give you some free stuff. All right, it looks like Bob's here. We're going to see about Chris. 1 second. Well, good morning.
Is it just me? No Chris?
Here he comes.
I got this little...
Here he is.
Thing. There you go.
I don't know why he looks like Wilson from whatever that show was with... we just see his eyes.
Yeah, you got to move it down a little bit, Chris. There you go. Come on. How many days?
Sorry, I got like a million tabs open here, so there we go. How's that? Can you see me now?
As much as we'd like to.
There you go. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, look at that. We got the gang. The band is back.
You know what? I want to say that I think it's been probably a month since I've been on.
Feels like it.
It feels like it, yeah. I mean, I've had to deal with a couple things. My mom got sick, had to go up and take care of her. She had a heart valve replacement and then had a pacemaker put in, had some complications.
Yeah.
To put her back in the hospital for a couple of days. So I dealt with that. Then, then I promptly came home and then went on a vacation. And then came home from the vacation, and now I'm going to get to go back to work and go to the Frederick Fair for the week. So, hey, it's all good. It's all good in the hood, as they say. But it's good to be back. Good seeing your smiling faces.
Yes.
I have watched, and I have seen Chris butcher everything, so that's okay.
We have very low standards here now, so, it's all good.
Obviously, you do. So,
well, is your mom doing okay, though? That's the most important thing.
She's doing great. Getting out, they put her in a rehab facility because she has to live by herself for a bit of time. And she does have somebody who lives with her in her house, but a couple times she's a little scared.
Yeah.
She's by herself. I shouldn't say she's scared, but what happened was when we brought her home from the hospital, the pacemaker wasn't set properly, and she was making herself a chocolate milkshake. And if I wouldn't have been there, she probably would have fell on the floor, but I caught her. And then they got the pacemaker set properly, and life is good. So she's doing great, but we put her in a rehab so she can kind of realize that she can get things done, and she's ready to go home. She's ready to go home. She's ready to go to the fair, get a hemp splatter.
Oh, yeah.
See how well that heart valve works.
That's right. Woman. Put it to the test at the Great Frederick Fair.
There you go. That's right.
Woman, man. I don't know if I should say her age, but for her age,
she's 89. She's 89.
She's amazing. I mean, before she got sick, she was still pulling weeds and working around the house, and I think sooner than later, she'll be up to doing all that again. I got a chance to meet her.
So, Danny, this is what happened. Chris came over to my mom's house to see it. She was laying in bed. She was fine. She saw Chris. Next thing you know, her heart's all aflutter.
I can understand. He probably did his one little flex, and it just was too much. And
hi, Mama Miller. How you doing? I'm just sitting here going, I just want to make sure you see the guns.
Let me tell you what it was, Danny. It was I walked in, introduced myself, and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" That's all.
How you doing? How you doing? You did the Joey from Friends.
That's right.
I have to admit, though, it was about an hour after Chris left that this all happened. So I don't blame him, but yeah. But she's doing well, and we're glad she's doing well. And I had some wonderful conversations with my mom and spending some time with her. Not the places I want to spend time with her, like in, the hospital and stuff, but I can talk about traffic in D.C. I can talk about all kinds of stuff. The roads in D.C. are horrible. You worry about so many things. They're so bad.
Yes.
So
bad. Yep. We did the same thing not too long ago, so totally get it. Yep.
I got to cut this little hair off right there.
See, he always does that to me. He always shows me his wonderful hair. It's like he's rubbing it in.
I got a haircut the other day, too. I'm like, it still has the shelf. If you look at it, it still has the shelf there.
Yeah.
Right there.
So did you go anywhere fun on vacation?
We did. Well, we spent the first week with the children.
Yes.
The grandbabies and stuff like that. And that was fun. The pool was cold. And they had I slipped on the pool and it tweaked my knee really bad. So, the rest of the vacation I had was like hobbling up steps and stuff. And, I couldn't bend it like this. It hurt so bad.
Oh,
it's getting a little better. And then we hung out. We went over to the Bayside and hung out in a sleepy little town called Chincoteague.
Yes, very nice.
We had a good time, and I can't wait to hang back out with all the peeps at the fair.
Yes,
me and Chris gonna hang out there. People staring at us like this, and then going, "I love that Happy Johnny."
I love it so much.
Tons of fun. I'm looking forward to actually doing the show, Bob, and meeting our listeners. So, by the way, Bob, just in case you didn't notice, right?
I saw that right there, right over there.
We're happy you're back, my friend. I want to wish a late happy birthday to you, Danny.
Thank you.
Hopefully
you missed it.
great. Yeah, I know. I feel bad. But I gave you a nice birthday shout out. You know, the funny thing is when we do our birthdays, when Bob was there, Bob knows everybody around Frederick, okay? So we do the local and celebrity birthdays. When Bob does the local birthdays, he's got like 100 people he does because he knows everybody around here. Me, I never have anybody locally who's doing a birthday. So luckily I had you. So I spent about 10 minutes giving you a good birthday shout out since you're the only local person I have. But it was a nice shout out. Did you happen to hear it or were you not listening?
Well, I was working.
Oh, okay. So luckily it's recorded. I'll send it to you.
Yes.
Way to call her out. Way to call her out.
Exactly. Yeah, I do want evidence. I want to hear that.
We will get to the not terrible news right now.
All right.
So the Frederick County Health Department is taking part in a Save a Life Day. It will be providing Narcan training at 9 locations around the county on September 26th. In case you're wondering where they're going to be, just head to our website at WFMD.com, click local news, and you'll see all of them over there. This is an effort by the Health Department in partnership with the Frederick Rescue Mission, Weiss Markets, Thurmont Addiction Commission, Frederick County Public Libraries, and the Frederick County Circuit Court. Also, the Frederick County Department of Social Services and Megamart. All attendees will receive one Naxalone kit, in-person training, and information about the local resources. Now, they'll also be entered for a chance to win a $25 gift card from Olive Garden. The health department says the training takes 5 to 10 minutes. For those who can't make it to the scheduled training sessions in September, the health department says that the Narcan training can also take place virtually or in person every Friday at 1 p.m. A traffic stop on Wednesday in Frederick resulted in a significant drug bust. Police say they received word from another law enforcement agency that Jerome Mario Britton, 53, was suspected of transporting illegal narcotics into Frederick. Officers located Britton's vehicle and pulled it over. A police canine named Smoke indicated that the presence of drugs in the car. Authorities searched the vehicle and found 122 grams of suspected fentanyl. Good, get that garbage off the streets. And 2 grams of suspected crack cocaine and 24 grams of suspected marijuana. Britton was taken into custody and charged with several offenses, including possession with the intent to distribute fentanyl and cocaine and resisting arrest. He is currently being held without bond at the Frederick County Adult Detention Center, and I'm always happy to see when they get that garbage off the streets. So good job by our local law enforcement. And taking a quick look at weather. Today, I'll tell you, this morning, Danny, it was freezing. It was like 47 degrees. Felt like fall when I woke up. Luckily, I had pants on this morning. Okay, let me rephrase that. I always wear pants when I leave the house, but I mean, I wasn't wearing shorts. A lot of times I'll wear shorts. So, but yeah, I always wear pants when I leave the house. So it was chilly this morning. Today we're going to get to a high of 79, sunny. Tonight, low of 52, clear sky. And then taking a look at tomorrow, it looks like a high of 83, sunny skies. Tomorrow night, low of 53 with clear skies. Now, that brings us to the morning mayor, who's going to talk sports and the Jets tonight on Monday Night Football. That's what you're going to talk about, right?
Well, I want to start off and ask Danny real quick. Do you remember when Narcan first started and the sheriff's department, there were a lot of officers and deputies in the sheriff's department that did not want to give the Narcan because they didn't know. The FOP was kind of like, hey, let's see what this stuff does, because they were worried about whether or not you give a shot of Narcan to somebody and they still pass away. Are they culpable? Are they responsible because they didn't save somebody's life because of the Narcan? And now it's, you get to go and have your own Narcan training, and you can, I guess, you'll buy it over the counter if you need it.
Yeah, they want citizens to start carrying. It's craziness. What if somebody's just sleeping? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it does to you if you're not OD'd and you get it. I have no idea. Right. But yeah, it's really interesting. Right.
And then so if somebody who is a user and an abuser, then they get to Narcan. They're like, "Don't worry, buddy, I've got you." And then they both take they both shoot up or something, or they take fentanyl or something, and they all die because we got the Narcan, we took the course. I don't know. Yeah. It's a little like Chris said. Let's just get drugs off the street.
Let's just do it.
Yeah, don't think it'll happen. In sports, yesterday, Danny, who's your team?
I'm a Commanders fan, sadly.
Boy. Hey, you know what? Different coach, same team. Baker Mayfield threw 289 yards, 4 touchdowns, lead the 3-time defending NFC South champions to a rout over the Washington Commanders, 37-20, and it wasn't even that close. The Commanders scored late, and they just they look like the Commanders.
Yes,
they
pretty consistent.
Yes. Elsewhere last night, if you missed it, in the late game, it was a good one. It went into overtime, and the Lions ended up winning over the Rams by a score of 26-20. This will make Danny happy. Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? 33-17 over the Browns. Seahawks beat the Broncos. The Chargers beat the Raiders. And Monday Night Football tonight at 8:15, it's Chris's Jets taking on the 49ers, and we all know who's going to win that game, don't we? Corbin Burns looked good on the mound, but the Orioles offense did not. They squandered a quality start from Corbin Burns. They failed to push across any runs. They lose to Tampa Bay. So 2 Maryland teams lost to Tampa Bay yesterday, 2-0. The Pirates beat the Nationals by a score of 7-3.
Nah.
Let me tell you something. I am excited to say, and me and Bob are talking about this, the Jets are currently undefeated right now in the NFL.
Yes, they are.
Of course, no wins yet. But after we beat San Francisco tomorrow, hopefully Aaron Rodgers will stay in more than one play. That'd be great. And we're 1-0. Then we'll be on our way to our undefeated season in the Super Bowl.
I think you're choking there is just going to be like the Jets are going to do tonight.
You know what? He doesn't like to lie. He doesn't like to lie. He's getting choked up. So the odds makers are out of whether or not the Jets can beat the 49ers, and it said no chance in. Oh, I can't say that word.
You can, because we're not.
After I gave that full hour of a birthday wish, that's the thanks I get. A full hour of celebrating Danny's birthday on air I gave you. That's what I get. Oh.
All right, go Jets. I can do it because I was going to say Redskins, my Commanders. That's my whole problem. My Redskins are doing great. The Commanders terrible.
Yes. You know, George Allen's got him almost going to the Super Bowl. It is Joe Theismann's birthday today, so maybe he can suit up.
There you go.
And help him out.
There you go. Maybe that's what we needed yesterday.
Do you know the last time that a Redskins quarterback started more than one season? Mark Rippon.
I saw that. That is
Rippon.
I mean, we have a rookie starting. It's just I think that there's been only like 3 or 4 in all of NFL of a rookie starting a season.
Yeah,
crazy.
Well, you know, Tom Brady is calling the games this year. Maybe he'll get sick of being in a booth. He'll want to go on the field, and bada bing, bada boom. Maybe he'll be the starting quarterback for the Commanders. You never know. Right?
We'll take anyone at this point. I feel like our head coach, I keep saying our head coach looks like somebody we just dragged out of the parking lot. So I don't know.
Well, you know what? You dragged him out of the Dallas Cowboys. He was the Cowboys defensive coordinator. And he is, they might be listening, you know, watching he is my neighbor's nephew.
Oh,
my former neighbor's nephew. Yeah, I think that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
So they were Atlanta Falcons fans when he was there. I guess now they're Commander fans. They were Cowboys fans. Now they're Commander fans. But that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is very, very cool. All right, gentlemen, well, it's great to have you back today. And have a great afternoon. We will see you both tomorrow.
Thank you, Danny. Good morning, Frederick.
Take care, Danny.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, my Commanders. I just can't. I don't watch like I used to. I'm telling you, I really don't. Oh boy! All right. Let's see. What are we doing now? I'm all a scuffle. All right. We're gonna take a quick break. Then we're gonna be back with what's happening in Frederick, and we're gonna talk to some great people here in Frederick doing some wonderful things. That's what this is all about. But it's all coming up just right after this. Don't miss Local Compass, your guide to worldwide travel, this Wednesday on Good Morning Frederick. From the experts of everything travel, Antietam World Travel Service.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining family beyond compare.
Yes, weather's going to be perfect for tree trekkers this week, early this week anyway. All right, let's talk about what is happening in Frederick. I just noticed I did not take out one of the sounds from that open. I tried to fix it and didn't quite get there. Again, Monday. I know, you guys probably didn't notice, but I heard it. All right, Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors, serving the area for more than 34 years. They do wood floors, luxury vinyl plank, anything that you can put on your floors, they can handle for sure. Give them a call today. When you call, you're going to ask for Jeff. You just say, "May I speak to Jeff, please?" And he'll take care of you. You're going to call 301-948-9663. That's 301-948-WOOD. Or go to atlaswoodfloors.net. And that is atlaswoodfloors.net. All right, if you want to know what is happening in Frederick, you got to go to the best calendar in all of the area. And that right now can be found at promocircus.com. Click on Everything Frederick Live and then Calendar of Events. Now, when you get to the Calendar of Events, look, this is just a Google Calendar right now. I can't get too fancy. Keeps it easy for me. It also makes it easy for you to share your events you're interested in to your own calendar, okay? So you click on the agenda view, though, so that you can see exactly what is happening each day by the starting time, which makes it way easy. If you've got people coming in from out of town that you want to entertain, well, all you got to do is go to this calendar and scroll through and see what you can find. I talk about this every day, but the Frederick County Public Library System has some amazing programming available to you every single day. And everything that they offer, I have not yet seen anything that is library put on that has a fee. Now, sometimes outside organizations use the libraries, and sometimes there is a fee to attend, and it's usually marked for sure on the calendar. We interviewed these guys, Go Team Therapy Dogs. They are going to be at the Brunswick Branch Library today at 11. And that is for anyone. You can, they have a seasonal craft today. Those Go Team Therapy Dogs are absolutely adorable. And you could go, if you're an adult, maybe you've got an adult child with disabilities, or maybe you just want to go pat some doggies. Well, you can do that today at Brunswick at 11 o'clock. Let's see, we've got at 1 o'clock at the Edward F. Fry Memorial Library, which is down at Point of Rocks. At 1 p.m., it's the Curious Kids Lego Challenge today at 1 o'clock. So if you've got kids, maybe you're homeschooling, this would be great for you. If I were homeschooling, I would just be popping around from library to library for sure, because there's so many great things. All right, Civitan, we talked to Jenny Rogers a few weeks ago about the Civitan Club. She is building a family Civitan Club in Brunswick. And tonight, 5:30, at the Brunswick Library, there is going to be more information. Remember, this was, I believe it was $15 to join for the whole family. So everyone in your household is joining as a family to the Civitan Club, and you choose, you know, as 5 or 6 families get together and form, you can choose who you want to help, what organizations you might want to fundraise for or support, maybe do some service projects. Very, very cool, because this is an awesome way to get your children involved in giving back at an early age. And when we do that, boy, do we make such a great community. All right, tonight at 5:30, it is the Board of Education Candidate Town Hall with Good Morning Frederick. Mama Cone and I, as well as my husband Ashley, are going to be at the Home of Everything Frederick this afternoon, and that's at 401 North Market Street. And today we are highlighting Colt Black is one of the candidates for the Board of Education. I'm going to try to interview everybody who wants to be interviewed, okay? Right now, I think I have Colt Black, I've got Jamie Brennan, I've got Veronica Lowe. I think those are the 3 that have signed up. There's a write-in candidate to the Board of Education. Her name is Heather. I'm trying to get her in as well. She's going to need as much exposure as possible. But I want to make sure that you have all the information you need before Election Day in November. And so every Monday, we are giving time to the candidates to come and chat. So that is happening this evening, 5:30, and every Monday from this point for the next 6 Mondays. Again, as long as I have a candidate who wants to chat, we will be there. All right, let's see. What else is happening? Tomorrow, 6 p.m., if you've got teen students, high school students, Sieber Arts Library is hosting a college, trade, and scholarship information fair, 6 to 7:30. That is tomorrow evening. Boy, when the kids are juniors and seniors, even sophomores, and they're already starting to think about college, I know for parents it can be a tough thing, but it's exciting as well. It really is exciting. Let's see. We've got, 2 for Tuesday karaoke at the Orioles Nest tomorrow night. I know, you always want to sing 2 songs, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, right? When you're doing karaoke, you sing the first one and you go, I should have picked the second song I really liked. And then now you can. 2 for Tuesday at the Orioles Nest. And Sky Stage tomorrow night, 7:30, has a literature series going on. So it's free to attend. You can head to Sky Stage. I love that venue. It's really cool, and it's going to be great weather to have it. Right now we're getting a little dicey leaning into fall, but we're doing well. All right, on Wednesday you got the Frederick County Animal Control Microchip Clinic. It is just $20. You don't need an appointment. Get your pets microchipped, especially if they spend any time outside at all. We know dogs have a chance, they wiggle out under the fences and go through open gates and burst through open doors. No better way than being able to track you down when your pet has run out. So head to the microchip clinic Wednesday 10 to 3. And again, that is just $20. Let's see. Mama Cone and I are entering stuff into the fair. So on Wednesday, you can enter your farm and garden building entries as well as your home arts and crafts entries from 2 to 8 p.m. at the fairgrounds. I've never entered anything before. I might even bake some cookies and enter those in. Mama Cone is doing a cake, and then we might do something else because we can enter 3 things. There's a small fee to enter. I believe it's $12. Now, what that gets you is the opportunity to win money. I think it's $12 for the main entry, and then it's $4 for every entry after that, right? So let's just say Mama Kona and I do 2 things. So it's going to be $12 plus $8. We're going to pay $20. And we're going to each get, a week-long pass. We're going to get 1 week-long pass to the Frederick Fair, which if you go more than 2 days, not counting the lunchtime when it's free and all that. If you want to enter 2 days admission, you've covered it by entering your stuff in the fair. But did you know your fair entries can win money? They do. I think that it's a $10 best of show, and then it's like $5, $4, and $3 for everything after that. That's kind of cool. You could win some money back. We love it. But you can get into the fair for free all week long. So if you'd like to go, or you think you want to go more than 2 days, it's worthwhile to enter. All right. I have tried to put in some of the live music. Wednesday, Freddie Long is playing at Pastaro's. He's great. If you haven't seen him and you like pizza and other great Italian food, you can head to Pastaro's on E Street for Freddie Long being there. All right, Thursday, it is Alive at 5. Oh, let's back up first. Cozy Castle. The Cozy Castle Tea and Home Tour is Thursday from 3 to 5:45. You book your 45-minute slot, so you get Karen Hillman all to yourself to tell you all the great things about that home she's got right on Old National Pike in Imesville. The house is gorgeous. You're going to love it. It is, it's like you transform yourself to another time, and then you can have some tea and cookies in her little outside garden area, which is absolutely beautiful. You'll love it. So if you wanted to check it out, you saw her on an interview with me not too long ago. You're going to want to go and visit her home there. All right, Alive at 5, Thursday night. We are coming up to the last few weeks. Let me just tell you, we were all there this past Thursday. There was, I think, over 1,300 people that went. It was probably one of the biggest days they've had this year. Special Delivery Band did not disappoint. They were awesome. So you can check out Alive at 5. We've only got 4 weeks left. I will say it wraps up with my friend, the Learned Doctors, on October 3rd. And I can tell you, we will be there in force, all right? And it is, of course, you have to be 21 and up to get in with a $6 gate fee. You have to have ID. You're going to want to do that, okay? So that's Thursday. Friday night, it is Friday the 13th. I'm not going to say anything more about it. I've lived through so many of them. It's going to be A-okay, but just wanted to let you know. All right, the fair opens this Friday, 5 p.m. Well, they say 4 o'clock. Let's see, the Kids Zone opens at 4. The Carnival Midway opens at 5. You have to purchase your discounted Jack Pass tickets online, thegreatfrederickfair.com, before Friday at 5 o'clock. They close the sales once the fair opens, okay? So get your discount tickets now there. The beer garden opens at 5. Did you know there was a beer garden? And did you know that there was a winery, brewery, and distillery shed, I guess, a building where you can drink some of our local from some of our local wineries, breweries, and distilleries, which is kind of cool. So fair opens on Friday. Please be patient around the area because Monroe Avenue is still closed. It's going to be closed for the whole week, so you're going to want to find a workaround. But they are, remember Karen said, on the back side of Monocacy Boulevard. That's Monocacy Boulevard. Lot D, you'll be able, I think, to enter from that side as well. So it's going to make it a little bit easier if you're coming in straight off Highland. That noses right into that parking lot. Or easier access will be off Monocacy Boulevard, kind of where there used to be an old It used to be where Miller Lite and all that was distributed from. So I think there's a distributorship. There's the sign shop and a couple banks along that road. Anyway, you'll see it. It'll be marked, but you might want to enter off of there for the fair this weekend, okay? Let's see. We've got a murder mystery party at Dutch's Daughter is this Friday, 7 o'clock. That sounds like fun. It's an interactive murder mystery game. You must be 21 and up for that. It looks like a lot of fun. And that's really cool. History of Mysteries with Who Done It for Hire. And, this is the fundraiser for Fetch, our friends at Fetch, which is the consignment shop. So there you go. You've got some information if you want to do something fun with your 21 and up friends. Head to get tickets to the murder mystery party to benefit Fetch. We love that. I didn't even realize that was on. I don't look very far ahead. And I think, I put them all on too. I forget. I should mark them. All right, on Saturday, the 14th, there's a 10th annual car show in Mount Airy. If you like cars, you want to head out there, you can do that. Of course, the fair is going to be open from Friday for a week and a day, basically. Saturday? Of course, it's in the street or in the streets, depending on which name you decide to pick up, because they say them both now. All right, there's the Market Street Mile, which is right before In the Street starts. That is 9 a.m. kickoff. You're going to want to pre-register for that, but you can run right down Market Street before all of the festivities start happening, and you can check that out. And then at 11, In the Streets begins, and we will be out there, the home of everything Frederick. We're going to be right out in front. We are going to be collecting sheets. I know you're probably not going to want to bring sheets to In the Streets, right? That rhymes. But if you happen to have them in your car, bring them by. We will gladly take them. We're also going to be recording you saying stuff like, hey, it's Susie from Frederick and you're watching Good Morning Frederick. Or maybe you want to tell me the top 3 things you love about Frederick. Well, my husband Ash and I are going to be there with some of our friends. And you also have a chance to get a free t-shirt. Okay, so stop by, make sure you see us. And I know Shannon and Tara from Everything Frederick and More, they should have their brand new t-shirts, which are the Frederick ones with the Maryland flag, which look amazing. I think they're going to have those for sale there too. Okay, so In the Streets on Saturday, 11 to 5, you're going to want to be there. Okay, no matter, you're going to want to be there. And then if you're still in a partying mood, you can go to Up the Creek, which happens after the fair, where Alive at 5 takes place. And then on Sunday, you just want to relax, don't you? Just relax and chill. Well, we're going to talk about this probably on Friday. Friends and I went to game day at Benstown yesterday. All when the NFL is broadcasting the live games, okay? Not when Amazon, I thought they were going to do it on Thursdays and Mondays, but they just are doing the free-to-air football games, okay? So anytime those are playing, you can get this awesome menu. First of all, the mix and match beer bucket, amazing, okay? 5 beers for $15. Where can you get that in downtown? Where can you get that almost anywhere other than like the Legion and AmVets? Okay, so you can get the beers and you can choose, so you don't have to get a whole bucket of any one of these. You can choose how many you want from each. And the staff is awesome and amazing. So I'm going to recap our day yesterday. But food, I will tell you, we ordered one of everything, right, to try. And then we ordered more of a few things, like the wings. I'm telling you, the wings were amazing. Wings were absolutely to die for. We're hopefully going to get them to add them to the regular menu, but I think they're adding them to the happy hour menu. The wings were delicious. We had the bourbon molasses barbecue and the Old Bay, of course. But game day at Benstown, if you want to go to a place, they have 13 TVs, so you can watch the game. There were, people still having brunch. So if you want to kick it off by having some brunch and then just sit and watch the game, maybe get a few beers or whatever it is. They also had like sangria on special and some other cocktails too, if you were interested. So that's Sunday. And then there we are, right back around again to Monday. Okay, so a lot of great things happening in Frederick. Always make sure you go to promocircus.com to click on that calendar anytime you're looking for something fun to do. And I forgot to mention, for the Cozy Castle on Thursday, a portion of the proceeds she's collecting will benefit the charity Christmas Cash for Kids, which we love. We love that too. All right, let's go to, we're going to start the first part of our doing good in the neighborhood. Let's do that now. All right, Doing Good in the Neighborhood, sponsored by Dublin Roasters. If you've not been to Dublin, it's a great place to hang out and do some work. It's a great place to get, some food. They have some muffins and some egg sandwiches and things like that. And of course, if you love coffee, it is the place to go. They roast their own. They have so many different kinds. And Serena and the team there are great. Dublin Roasters is the Frederick Coffee House, fueled by love and positivity. They're located 1780 North Market Street, or you can order coffee online that can be delivered to you, or you can pick up DublinRoastersCoffee.com. All right, Gary Bennett has enjoyed being a member of the Board of Advocates for Homeless Families, but he definitely needs our help. And the first part is that they've been around since 1988, and I'd never heard of them. But let's talk to Gary. Let's see how Frederick can support this amazing nonprofit. At 401 North Market Street. We are in the couch for a second time because my silly sound didn't record the first time with Gary, Advocates for Homeless Families.
That's right.
You are on the board.
I'm a volunteer board member. Gary Bennett is my name.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've got Kristy coming in for the second run too. We're going to get to her in just a minute and her story. So tell me about Advocates for Homeless Families. What attracted you to this organization?
Well, the mission is wonderful. So they know that homelessness is not permanent.
Right.
There's a solution to homelessness, and that solution is to get somebody into a property, but that's just part of it. Once they're in a property, give them intensive case management support.
Okay.
And that means help with education, help finding a better job, help with daycare, whatever it takes to get them back on their feet so they can now then pursue their dreams.
Yeah, you guys have 12 properties, right?
We have 12 properties. They're mostly downtown here.
Okay.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And how do people come to you and find you?
Well, generally they come to us through referrals. So Advocates joins with a bunch of other nonprofits who serve this population, and they meet once a month to talk about who's out there, who needs help, who's best able to serve them. So they call it sort of a warm handoff. If a nonprofit can't serve somebody for whatever reason, they hand it off to another one. And that's usually where we get our referrals.
And I love this about Frederick because you know sometimes you think, oh, there's a lot of organizations doing similar things, but the fact that you guys are sharing information and ideas and helping people, if you can't help directly, somebody else may be able to. I love that.
Well, that's right, because we serve homeless families, families being the key word. So we have Beyond Shelter, which provides shelter care for mostly individuals. They have some family units too. There's Hartley House for abused women and children, sometimes men.
Yeah.
And there's SHIP, the Student Homelessness Project or program. But we're really the only ones that focus on families. So there has to be a homeless individual, but that person has to be a parent with at least one child under the age of 18 to qualify for our program.
Okay. And so what can Frederick do to support you guys?
Well, a lot. First of all, Frederick is very supportive generally to everybody, and we love that about Frederick, of course. But we really need more funds, to tell you the truth. So we need the business community, the faith community to do more for us.
Okay.
And part of that is our fault because we're not very visible. We're not out there front and center a lot, and that's because we don't have a development manager on staff.
Right.
We have a very small staff of 5 or 6 people, including an executive director and case managers, but we don't have a development or a marketing person to help get the word out.
Right.
So I've been trying to do that as I can, but really we need somebody devoted to that every day,
Yeah.
using all the different channels we have to get in front of the business community and the faith community, and individual donors as well.
Yeah. How long has the organization been around?
1988.
Whoa.
It's hard to believe because we aren't well known.
Yeah.
I go to
It
Chamber of
is.
Commerce meetings and people are like, I didn't know you guys
Yes.
existed. But yes, 1988, a group of parishioners from All Saints Episcopal Church said, we've got a problem in Frederick. We've got places for individuals to go, but we don't have a place for families. And we're seeing more and more families out on the street and doubled and tripled up in homes and in their cars. So let's found Advocates for Homeless Families, and that's what they did. And over the years, they accumulated the 12 properties. But unfortunately, that only serves a limited number of people, as you
Sure.
can tell.
Yeah.
But even though we don't touch a lot of people, the ones we do touch, we really help. Almost everybody stands on their own eventually after going through our program. And you'll hear from Kristy in a minute
Yeah.
how difficult that is, but how by getting a chance, people that have it inside themselves can actually do it.
Yeah. So what happens when you're full and people come to you? What is that when you're then utilizing other nonprofits to help them?
We do.
Yeah.
And we also have something called rapid rehousing, which takes homeless people and gets them into a fair market rental, usually public housing. But as we all know, public housing and cheap apartments are hard to find in Frederick these
Sure,
days. So
yeah.
we struggle with that too. But that's another avenue where we help people if we
Yeah.
can't get them into one of our properties. It does seem like, since I've been on the board, usually every month there's at least one property vacant. So we have a waiting list of about 40 families, but it is hard to find those families then afterwards.
Oh,
So
right.
again-
So you get them in the door, but then
Yeah.
keeping track of them
Keeping
is
track
difficult.
of them. So that's where the referrals come in from the other nonprofits.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, look, I think what we can definitely at least raise awareness so people are familiar with you guys.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that the website is up for people who may want to volunteer or find out. Do you guys need volunteers to help or board members?
We do. We need board members. We can have 15. We have 11 right now.
Okay.
So if you're interested in this and this really touches your heart, please come see us. You don't have to be a board member. You can be a volunteer in any capacity.
Right.
We need fundraisers. We need mentors. We need people that help with the properties if you're handy around the house.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
that could be a great something for somebody who
And we need
wants to help out.
furnishings and we need household goods.
Okay. Do you guys ever put a call out for those sorts of things anywhere, or how does that work?
Well, again, we haven't because we haven't had a person devoted to that.
Right.
But every now and then we do go to meetings, like the Chamber of Commerce just provided us with a lot of help for our pantry. So they
Okay.
gave us a lot of household goods that we needed. So we've just started a speaking program where we're going out and speaking. Kristy and I have been doing some of that.
Nice.
And usually that either gets us some money or that gets us some household goods.
Yeah, well, that's very good. Well, look, anytime you need anything, reach out. I can put out the word for you to people as well to help support Advocates for Homeless Families. Look, a stronger family unit is a stronger community for Frederick, and we certainly want to support those that need it.
Yeah, thank you, Danny. And just let me end with one thing. This is the kind of program that Frederick should want. It's not a handout, it's a hand up to people. Some people just need that little bit of help to get on their own 2 feet. And like I said, almost 100% of our families stand on their own 2 feet after coming through this program.
Well, when you're talking about the program as well, it requires some buy-in, right? People who are part of the program have to commit. They have
They
to
do.
actually pay toward the property.
That's right. First of all, we have monthly milestone meetings. So every family have goals they have to meet. And they meet with their case managers every month. But what was the second part you said?
With money, they have to pay.
That's right, that's right. There is a housing fee for staying in our property. It's not a lot, it's only 30% of whatever their income is, and it's capped at $300. So you can imagine how good that would make you feel if you need the help, knowing that your rent is going to be no more than $300 a month.
Yeah.
You can actually work a part-time job, get on your feet, go to school, look for a better job with the help of advocates, and pretty soon you can see your way out of this mess.
Yeah, I love that. I love that because there's some buy-in, right? It's like you say, it's not a handout, it's a hand
It's
up.
not for everybody, this
No.
program.
Yeah, no. Advocates for Homeless Families. We're going to put the website on. We're going to hear from Kristy. I think you're going to really love her story. All right. Yeah, I want to thank Gary for educating me about Advocates for Homeless Families. Unbelievable, the great things that they are doing. I'm just so fascinated that they've been around so long, and I had never heard of them. I mean, it's just kind of interesting. All right, let's do this. We're going to let's hear from Kristy. We're gonna again talk about part 2, doing good in the neighborhood. This part of Doing Good in the Neighborhood is sponsored by Antietam World Travel Service. Why trust them to coordinate your vacation? Simple. They're full service and they will save you countless hours of doing online research. They have relationships with suppliers that could give you the best value and maybe even some upgrades. And they monitor your bookings for unexpected changes. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamWorldTravel.com and get started on your dream vacation. And don't forget, we have their special tomorrow, Wednesday. This Wednesday, you're going to hear from one of them about some great travel ideas. All right, let's hear from Kristy. Her story should actually be made into a movie, which I reference at the end. She is a fantastic outcome of the impact that Advocates for Homeless Families is making in our community, and this is why we should all want to support it. You are a product of the success of Advocates for Homeless Families. Let's go back kind of before you found them or they found you. What was happening for you?
So before we found each other, I was pregnant with twins and I was homeless. So it was a journey before I found Advocates. It took about 6 months of homelessness, a little bit longer, where I was sleeping in cars, sleeping at parks. I did find an abandoned apartment to live in for a little bit. So we stayed there, so we had some shelter. That was helpful. And I ended up giving birth to my kids very early. So they were 3.5 months early.
Whoa.
They were born at 1 pound 10 ounces and 1 pound 13.
Holy cow.
Yes. And that is a product of me being homeless because
Sure.
of all the stresses in my life. I had them early. I developed HELP syndrome. And from there, I had an incident with the father of my kids. And unfortunately, that propelled me to the Hartley House. But at the end of the day, that was, the steps that were needed.
Right.
I always say you're never given too much that you can't handle.
True.
And so being pregnant with twins was what I needed, obviously.
Yeah.
And after the Hartley House, I was meeting with my caseworker there, and I didn't really know what my next steps were. I didn't have a car. I had these kids that needed a lot of different things, but I didn't know what I was going to do. And so they suggested Advocates for the Homeless. They gave me the application, and it was quite lengthy. It's 17 pages.
Wow.
But the whole idea is that you put yourself out there. You have to talk about where your goals are, what your goals are, where you're hoping to be, what your 5-year plan is, activities that you like to do. They really kind of dig deep. And then I had to go and sell myself. So then I had to go to the panel at Advocates, and I had to explain why I wanted this and what my hopes were with education. And I was a college dropout, so I had started at FCC, but I didn't finish.
Okay.
And so that was something that I had talked about is, I'll go back to school because that's part of the Advocates program. Wasn't really something I was interested in doing, but if that was the caveat to get the housing, okay, sure, let me do
I'll
that.
do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I went back to the Hartley House, and I got a call about a week later and said, congratulations, you got a house.
Holy cow.
I busted into tears, of
bet.
course. But then the worries started happening. I'm like, okay, I have a house, but I don't have cribs, and I have 2 kids, and I don't have any furniture. I don't have any beds. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
And then the conversation was, well, we're going to have all of that for you.
Holy cow.
So I showed up to my new house on Ice Street with my kids, and we were able to decorate their rooms, and they already had cribs, and we had a washer and dryer. Holy Hannah, that was like amazing. I had a kitchen where I could actually cook them meals, so I started making like their baby foods and things like that, where I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was homeless.
Of course.
And then the momentum started to build. So I got settled and my kids were settled. And then we started with our case management. So we would see our caseworker once or twice a week, quite a bit at the beginning.
Okay.
And then we attended the life skills classes. Once a month there were life skills classes where we would go and they would provide childcare and dinner, and we would learn about different things. So sometimes about budgeting, sometimes it was about mental health and just taking a moment for yourself.
Wow. I think everybody needs that.
We all
actually.
need that, yes.
Yeah.
And it was nice because it built in that sense of community.
Yeah.
As I left the population of being homeless, I had to separate myself from that. And then I had no friends, it felt like.
Right.
So this helped me build that sense of community. We're all in the program together. We're all going through this together. We're all moving forward together.
Yeah.
And
Are
so-
you in touch with any of those people still at all?
So it's actually very funny. A lot of people that come from Advocates for the Homeless, I actually currently serve at my new job.
Okay.
So I'm able to tell the story of where I was, or to say, hey, we were neighbors.
Yeah.
And this is, where we're at now, and what can we do to get you to a different level and to help you grow even more. So it's
Yeah.
very cool that I have that background.
Yes, for sure.
And with Advocates and the case management, they helped me get back into school, like I said, and then my education grew from there. Then I wanted to go back to school. After they got me back in, I was like, I could do this. I'm proud of this.
Yeah.
And so I graduated with my associates while I was in Advocates. And then after Advocates, I moved to Housing Authority of the City of Frederick. And so from there, they also helped invest in me on a different level, of course, not as intensive.
Sure.
But they helped invest in me, and I ended up getting my bachelor's and my master's in social work.
That is just unreal.
Yes.
That is an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, and so now, my kids, they were able to attend my graduation. They saw all the hard work I put into my education, and now they're able to see it pay off.
Yeah.
They're able to benefit from it, and they understand why education is so important to me.
Yes.
And so the whole journey has been a long journey. In August, so we're a couple days over, but in August, it was the 10-year anniversary of me being homeless.
Oh my
And
goodness.
yeah, so for me, that was very touching to be able to say, wow, 10 years ago, and look at all the hard work that I put in. And let me tell you, it was a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of tears and a lot of thoughts of, I don't know if I can do this. I might have to give up. But with the persistence of myself and my family and my support system, and knowing that Advocates was there to push me and to
Yeah.
help propel me into where I'm at now, I've been able to keep forward moving. Of course, everybody has backslides, and
Of course.
I am included in that.
Yeah.
But it's about the forward momentum, and it's about believing in myself. And I persevered through everything that's ever come to me because I want to show my kids we are unstoppable.
Yeah, my gosh, what a great role model you are, not only just for your children, but for a lot of others. So your role now is at the helm of Advocates for Homeless Families. Is that correct?
So, yeah, so now I am a board member at the Advocates for the Homeless Families, and so I'm able to give back like that. And then I'm also the director at Family Services at the Housing Authority, so I'm able to serve a large population with that. And so I do my hands spread wide, and I'm
Yeah.
able to give back, and that's really ultimately what it's about for me. I want to give back. I want to see people prosper. I want to see people make something of their lives and use the trauma that has happened to them, the things that have held them down, use it for fuel. Use it to
Yeah.
power you forward. What can you do to make the difference because of what you've lived through? What can you advocate for? I can
Yeah.
advocate for homeless families because I've been there, and
Yes.
I can see the change. Advocates, like Gary said, it's not a hand up.
Yeah.
It is. It's a hand out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not a
Not-
hand. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a hand, not a
gotcha.
hand out. It's a hand up.
It is a hand
And
up,
so that's
yeah.
the thing is you have to do the work. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your kids.
Yeah.
And for it to work. And if it's not working, Advocates knows it's not working.
Yeah.
They're sitting on you to know those things and then to put something into place to make it work.
Well, that's what I actually, if you wanted to support an organization that's really teaching, laying the groundwork, teaching the lessons, being on top of things, to me, that's what I'd love to do, because again, then you are creating people in the community like you who want to give back, who can walk the walk and talk the talk. You've been there, you've got the credibility, but I mean, you can't get a better poster child, I think, for the program than you. And your kids must be so proud. And the fact that you came through it with twins, I just don't even know. I mean, seriously, you really deserve all the accolades you get. I hope you know that your city is proud of you, and I know your kids are.
Well, thank you. That does. It means a lot to me. And, you know, it's been quite the journey, but I'm so glad that we're here, and I'm glad that I'm able to give back to other people and my kids too.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they don't have to remember what it was like for us to be homeless, but they know that we were, and they know that, you know, that they have to give back and things like that. And so it's so important for me that they are part of that process, and that
well,
they
you're
turn
still
into those
young.
kids.
You can still impact thousands of people in your time, and I tell you, it really is an amazing story. I hope you write a book one day.
Maybe.
You really should. You really should, because I do think that it has the power to impact people that you may not even know yet, that you don't even have access to. This could be a great Netflix show, I think, too. Look, I think it's amazing, and I mean, there are countless people who haven't achieved a tenth of what you've done, and you still have a lot of time left. So I'm looking forward to see what you do on the horizon for sure.
Me too. I'd never say no to an opportunity.
I love it. This is Kristy. You can now find her at the Housing Authority of Frederick, and one of the great, I guess, graduates of Advocates for Homeless Families. Congratulations.
Thank
really
you.
Amazing. How amazing is that story? I know, I get choked up. You could tell I was getting choked up there, but she has done amazing things. What a great result of Advocates. All the more reason to support them. All right, we're going to take a quick break, then we're back with Sophia from South Mountain Creamery coming up right after this.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art Splatter Room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're right here in Frederick. They specialize in roofing and siding. They also do your windows and gutters. I will tell you, they came out on Saturday, showed up right on time, checked and unclogged one of our gutters, and I'm now going to get them to put on this mesh above, because we have these two big trees right beside our house where all the leaves go down into the gutters, and it clogs it, and then it bubbles up and over. Anyway, it was excellent. They were only here for a few minutes, took care of everything for us, and they were phenomenal. Info at ansconstruction.net. Of course, just their website, ansconstruction.net. Or you can give Sandra a call, 301-703-2157. $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs. You can tell Sandra that Danny sent you. It's Danny. I want to tell you how amazing Zoomin' Groomin' of Frederick and Rockville is. First, let's talk about convenience. It's so convenient that they come right to your door. Now, we've got two pets who get groomed each visit. We've got Remy, our daughter's cat, and he just gets a nail trim, which takes literally minutes. We tried clipping his nails a few times ourselves, but I'm afraid to cut too short. Then there's our girl, Callie. She's our high anxiety baby, always has been. And it's so great that I don't have to drive her anywhere, because she gets really worked up before going to the other groomer. And I hated that she was kenneled before and after her groom. So with Zoomin' Groomin', I go online, make an appointment, and I select the bath and blowout service for her. That includes her nail trim, which I love too. So she gets her nails, she smells so good, and the groomer comes right to our door, takes her, gets her bathed, and within about 20 minutes, she's back feeling great. Now you can make an appointment online at zoomingrooming.com. Under locations, select Maryland and Frederick and Rockville. Zoomin Grooming, convenient, professional, perfect. You don't have to leave the house. For a great place to eat, and I decided to take my mom to Thai Merrick.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Oh my gosh, it was just so beautiful. You didn't want to eat it. It was a great presentation, and I tried things I had never tried before. And you walk away just with scrumptious on your mind.
Oh, yeah. So they served us a tea and an iced tea. And none of us are big iced tea drinkers, but it was one of our favorite things, wasn't it?
Oh, it was sweet and light and delicious.
It was. And then the curry puffs, I think they were.
That was one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
It reminded me of something my mother and grandmother used to cook. It was excellent flavor.
Well, if you want excellent flavor, great presentation, I mean to be stuffed, head to Thai Merrick, 1170 West Patrick Street in Frederick, thaimerrick.com. All right, sorry. I pre-fired on that Zoom and Grooming, but I will take care of them for sure. All right, let's talk about who is also making this Frederick market amazing. A Market Maker is sponsored by the Great Frederick Fair, coming this Friday. Tickets are still on sale for all the live entertainment, including Flo Rida, Bachman Turner Overdrive, Tracy Lawrence with Sarah Evans, Beach Boys, Riley Green, and Casting Crowns. Go to thegreatfrederickfair.com. All right, Sophia Briscoe has grown up on the farm, and she's now in charge of making sure the rest of our area knows what's going on there. Here's Sophia from South Mountain Creamery. Sophia, we are at South Mountain Creamery. I'm on the farm in the offices. Thank you so much for joining Good Morning Frederick. So you are the marketing director in charge person of all the events and the marketing that happens here at South Mountain Creamery. That's a big job.
Yeah.
But you've grown up at this farm. Your parents have been a part of this organization. Were your grandparents as well?
Yeah, so my grandparents started this in 2001. They bought the farm in 81. And then they started the home delivery in 2001.
Yeah.
And then my parents took it over in 2016, along with my aunt and my uncle.
Yeah, I think that's when I met your mom. I think at the time, it would have been right around that time. And wow, you guys have really made this an amazing...
Yeah, we've grown up.
Yeah, you have grown up, and you've, really, it's really fun to watch you take this over. But there's so many great things that you guys do here that many of our viewers may not be aware of. I mean, you're a really integral part of the community here in Frederick County. 3,200 acres, though. I probably knew at one point, but had forgotten. You guys have most of the farm is not here in Middletown.
So a fun fact that we just learned from the Department of Agriculture is that we have the largest connected farm in the state of Maryland.
Really?
Because all farms are disconnected around the Middletown, Frederick County area.
Yeah.
But we have the largest connected farm.
That's pretty
really
wild.
Cool. Yeah.
How many cows do you guys have?
So that's a great question because it kind of varies.
Sure.
So we have beef cows and we have dairy cows.
Okay.
So beef herd I believe is around 200.
Okay.
300 I think, around there.
Yeah.
And then our dairy cattle is around 500.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, you guys still allow public access to quite a bit of the farm, especially here in Middletown, obviously only here at Middletown. People can still feed.
You can feed our cows.
Feed the cows.
You can go on tours so you can learn about what we do and a little bit about agriculture, which is one of the main things that we try to do here, especially on the farm, is to help people learn about agriculture and farming and kind of even the innovation of it, because a lot of what we do is kind of very innovative, very new technology that we're able to do.
Yeah.
Which is super, super cool, even for me who's grown up here my entire life. It's super cool. And so to help kids and even adults like learn about all that we can do with just farming is just really cool, and get people excited about farming.
It is really cool, and I do like to see where farmers can utilize innovation and technology to help make their lives easier, more efficient, get more out of everything that they're doing.
And just be better for the environment.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, and it is important to educate, because a lot of people who are not from Frederick County probably have never been to a working farm before, and that's pretty cool as well to have access like that.
It's just cool to allow people to kind of know where their food comes from, and that's the main thing that we do through home delivery, is that you know your farmer, so you know where your food is coming from. You can trust that it's good food and good for you.
Yeah.
And even if we use small and local farmers around the area, we know them personally. A lot of the farmers have seen me as a child, has grown up with me, and now when I call them to place an order, they're like, "Oh God, this makes me feel old." But like, for real, like I grew up with those farmers. I would raid their little coolers to get myself an apple.
Yeah.
Like I grew up there, and we trust them.
Yeah.
And if you trust us, you know that you're getting good food.
So you have a couple of different key things. One are the events that happen here at the farm. So you do events in the spring and the fall, pretty much, right? The big events.
Big events are spring and fall. We do sprinkle like live music, or like we do tours every Saturday, that kind of stuff throughout the summer, but mostly it's like spring and fall.
Yeah, okay. So coming up this fall, you were telling me about some events I had never heard of before.
So our corn maze opens September 21st.
Okay.
And so it's out of this world themed. You can go in, get lost, try to figure your way out. And that starts in mid to late September.
Yeah.
And then we have our 3rd annual corn maze crawl, which is a super fun event. It's 21 and up only, so that it's a very just adults only kind of night where we shut down the corn maze. So it's just adults. There's breweries, distilleries, wineries. There's free gifts for the first 500 people there. There's a bonfire that's huge. There's really good live music. Your ticket price comes with dinner.
Oh.
And then there's free samples, or you can buy full pours.
Yeah, very nice. And tickets are available on your website now?
On my website. We have prices for at the door, pre-sale, and if you're the designated driver, you do get a discount.
Oh, very cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. Do people go through the corn maze?
Sometimes we have it open from like 3 to 10 for this event, and so while it's still light out, we do kind of encourage people to go and like figure it out. But
once it gets dark,
once it gets dark, it gets kind of like scary, and like I don't even want to be in there.
I think after a few cocktails, I might just curl up somewhere in a corner. All right, so you got that going on. People can also come to the store and purchase their ice cream.
They have some meats there, some of our pantry items, but mostly we do is our ice cream, our mountain shakes, our sundaes.
Yes.
All that kind of stuff you can get there.
Yeah.
And then calf feedings as well is through the store.
Yeah, calf feeding. So people need to make reservations to come feed the calves.
Yes.
And you do that at 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock. I believe they start conjugating around 3:30, 3:45. We go over some like ground rules for the safety of our calves. We go over, you get a self-guided tour pamphlet as well with that, and you get a like kind of a guide to help you answer any questions that you may have, take any pictures that you want, and that kind of stuff, which makes it a little bit more personal.
What is your hope for South Mountain Creamery, for the next year or two? What are you guys trying to do? Is there any particular goal in mind?
That's a really hard question. Honestly, for me personally, I think each of us, especially on like the leadership team or the ownership team, have our own kind of goals for what we want to see, and like with our personal position. Like I personally really want to see growth in like how we are with our consumers, like increasing our content and like kind of our engagement. So we're engaging with the people who like us, and like even people who don't even know who we are, like increasing that so that we can get the information of like, hey, we can deliver stuff straight from the cow to your doorstep. You can trust the food that we're getting you. Like you can, like that is so important to me, to continue kind of the legacy of farming and continuing the legacy of like knowing where your food comes from. Because I feel like as we get more and more into the digital age, that separation becomes larger and larger.
Yeah, sure.
But I think in total, the company really kind of wants to just increase awareness of like what we do and like what we strive to provide, which is like good food, your farmer's market delivered, just good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you guys also have the location at 50 Citizens Way, which is your ice cream shop.
It's our ice cream and pizza shop.
And pizza.
Yeah, so we do ice cream, the same kind of concepts we do down in the store, but then we also do pizza, we have wings, we have a chicken sandwich now. We do a couple different hot food items that you can also
Had
get.
no idea about that. Okay.
And we have a couple draft beers, but mostly it's just the ice cream and then the pizza that we do.
Yes, very good. And you do your milkshakes and down there as well?
Milkshakes, we do mountain shakes, we do our mountain sundaes, we do waffle cone sundaes, we do a whole bunch of stuff that just gets you high on sugar.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, well, there you go. You can count on that. If there was one thing you'd want people of Frederick to know about South Mountain Creamery, what would that be?
You're asking hard questions. That we're here for them, that we're here for the community, and that's one of the things that we strive to still do is to be a part of the community as much as possible, and that because we're so integrated in Frederick County that you're so close to where your food comes from.
Yeah.
And that if you have any questions, I'm the one responding to you, actually. So, like, if you have any questions, just let me know. Like, we are more than willing to erase the red tape and just answer any questions that anyone might have about our farming practices, what we do, who we supply from, anything that they might have questions to about farming or anything that we do. We are more than willing to answer those questions.
Yeah, well, it's good to have easy accessibility to the people in charge or who know the answers. That's pretty good. All right, so southmountaincreamery.com, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Southmountaincreamery.com is the website. You can check it out. Get your tickets for calf feeding and these special events going on throughout the year. Have a look at their home delivery. Maybe you'll find it can help you and your family. Want to thank Sophia so much for the time today. South Mountain Creamery, your local farmer right here in Middletown.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, want to thank Sophia for that. Don't forget, corn maze season is in too. All right, coming up tomorrow, Nick from Key City Foundation. I also meet Miss Maryland. And we're going to recap the Board of Education Town Hall, which is happening tonight. And that's with Colt Black this evening. If you have any questions, send them through to me. We're going to be streaming live, so you'll be able to ask your questions live, or you can come to 401 North Market Street as well. Tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. Have an amazing day. Let's get out there and let's be great, Frederick.